everyone. She is No Amira binti Norizan from School of Educational Studies.
She is Litaija from Educational Studies.
Okay, today we will present about
Ferrofluid Pump for Liquid Relocation, PAPELL.
Ferrofluid Pump for Liquid Relocation. It functions to examine the behavior of special magnetic fluid transport system. It will determine how this system performs in space, and it is suspended by small iron oxide, for example ferrofluids, and it is very important in designing next generation space vehicles. Okay, what is ferrofluid? Ferrofluid is a liquid that is very easily magnetized when there is the presence of magnet, and it is normally made from magnetite or hematite. Stiff PAPELL was the origin for Ferrofluid Pump for Liquid Relocation. It carried on one of the research topics of stiff PAPELL. Okay, this is the origin of PAPELL. Firstly, PAPELL was a NASA scientist, and it has the idea how to pump rocket fuel with the help of electromagnetic fields. And then he invented ferrofluids, and the project team is also consisted by members of KSAT and demonstrate a general pumping mechanism. PAPELL was chosen as one out of three of teams to International Space Station to show the functionality of ferrofluid pump in microgravity.
Okay, what is PAPELL? PAPELL is a pump that uses ferrofluid that is influenced by a magnetic field. It's also throughout the specific process, the ferrofluid drops can be moved in different ways, and also the pump itself works without any moving components. The dynamic process will be observed by cameras later for later analysis. Next, solid bodies are inserted into the pipe system to examine the functionality of such a ferrofluid pump. And lastly, it's also operating without using ventilators and produce less noise. Advantages of PAPELL. Firstly, it is a pump that functioning without using any mechanical components. Next, it also has a higher lifetime, which require less maintenance, lower costing, and lastly, its function when ferrofluid is magnetizable as a liquid. Example of experiment flight hardware. It consists two experimental area and other components. This is the structure of the experiment. Firstly, experimental area 1. This is the figure. Experimental area 1. Firstly, Atlantis Center experiment. Area 1 consists of 37 electromagnets. It also has a camera will monitor the movement of the ferrofluid droplets. The droplets will be transported from the tanks throughout the valves. The pump into the experiment where technical demonstration of locomotion is performed. And lastly, is to show the basic digital microfluidic function of creating, transporting, and merging droplets.
Okay, this is experimental area 2. It consists of a transparent Y-type system to transport the air and also solid sphere. Experimental area 2 also consists of the spinning disc, tubular system, and also the camera. This is the process that happened in experimental area 2. Okay, the solid sphere are injected into the steam and carried by the spinning disc, and then the solid will transport through the movement of ferrofluid. As they reach the three-way half, Three-way valve, the solid will be sorted with respect to their colors. Ferrofluid will block path and not permitted for the solid and push solid itself into the desired direction. Electromagnets and ferrofluids is required to operate the valve, and the slanted wire is function as to block the movement of solid while ferrofluid is able to flow around it. And then the spinning disc will rotate and to receive this field and reintroduce it again to the pipe system. Lastly, the camera will help to monitor the transportation process. Okay, this is other description on the experiment. For example, the microcontroller is function and switch the electromagnets. The LEDs is to provide lighting and others. This is the future application in space. Okay, for example, the thermal control system, attitude control, mass flow control, and others. Next, this is the future application on Earth. Okay, the pumping needs remote areas for low noise requirements and others. Story that mentioned to make sure the successful of PAPELL. This saw the experiment installation of PAPELL in keyboard by Alexander Gers. Okay, this is the partner that involved in the experiment of PAPELL. Okay, this is our presentation. Thank you. Bye bye.